walking in to Seaberg, you're a...
Whoa, you are jumping straight
Look how fucking serious I am with these hands right now. Walking in...
I'm just doing a coffee commercial.
That's okay, go ahead. You want me to wait for it?
No.
Okay. Because I will.
No,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Walking in, you're a fan of New Wave, walking in. This is assumptions, but I feel like you watch a lot of...
No, not in abundance at all. I mean, like, I had seen Breathless. I've seen, like, the big guys. In no way is my, cinematic knowledge, like, steeped in New Wave French cinema at all. I like it. I'm attracted to the sort of, like flitty sort of, weird, unexpected nature of it, but I definitely wasn't into this because of that particularly. I mean, that's like cool. That's a cool color, but no.
What were you into? Why did you walk in?
Well, I watched her movies and I just couldn't understand how like we didn't know more about her or whatever. And I feel really weird doing an interview with another actor.
Why? Why?
Because it's weird. So like, basically.
I can act like an interviewer.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna step away. I shouldn't have called. You mentioned that you're
so
like.
you walk into the film.
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
I genuinely felt like really protective of this chick that nobody knew, that everyone thought they knew. You know what I mean? Like there was just so much about her that, really only like were ever described in like general, really dishonest headlines, and like then like the girl from Breathless that like went like this. You know what I mean? There was just so much more to what her life was, and so I wanted to help her out a little bit.
Did you know she was haunted before you walked in?
That she was haunted?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like she's like possessed. Yeah, she's possessed for sure. I mean, like she has. When you watch her in a movie, you never know what she's gonna do, and she's scary. She's like a frightening presence that you can't like not lean into.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't imagine just like knowing where she was from and the people that she sort of just by nature of living in the 50s in middle America must have been around. I can't even imagine like what it was like to go to high school with that fucking crazy woman. You know what I mean? Like in a good way, like she's just like, she protrudes to, just like assaulting dimensions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. That's why I wanted to do it. It's like hard to answer that because you're like, I don't know. I wanted to tell this story that people didn't know, and I felt protective of this chick for some reason, even though I didn't know her. But she's just that type of person. And also this takes place over like, 3 years, as you know, and so her life was like, you could make so many movies about her. This was a very particular version of that, but like, there was a lot there.
And so you watched every film she made?
I mean, not every single film she made, but I watched a lot of her work, yeah.
Because like the peekaboo moment in the mirror, this is a major moment for me. I've watched this like 6 times. That peekaboo thing in the mirror, I thought like, whoa, this fucking girl right here is going, man. Just because,
cool.
Yeah, just because for me, hands are like I get really.
Me too.
Yeah, hands.
Oh my God, I'm telling you, there's like this whole, I'm writing about hands lately a lot. That's like weird that you say that. Yeah, well, they do everything for you. Yeah. They're so lyrical and defining, and I love people's fucking hands. Yeah.
And also like there's a shake in the, and she seemed like a very nervous person all the time. Not her over there or him, but you when you got the gun out, you're with Mackie in the room.
Oh yeah.
There's like a small shake in your hand.
It was kind of heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's super heavy. The whole movie's kind of heavy.
No, guns are heavy.
Yeah. No, but I mean the finger
everywhere.
gun. The finger gun.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even holding a gun.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was probably just really hungover. I'm joking. That wasn't. I mean, I'm totally kidding. But like, yeah, I was really nervous about that scene because I had.
Were you hungover though? She's drinking throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I would definitely like. She has a very interesting relationship with alcohol for sure. But I was nervous about that scene because I'm playing her as an actor, and that's something that is readily available. Like we never saw her behind closed doors, and so there was a sort of an imaginative approach that one had to take because I don't know how she was by herself, and so I felt a little bit more at ease breathing through that. Whereas saying lines that you know what I mean, like repurposed dialogue from a movie, and then like it was very performative in a way that made me extremely nervous.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you and Mackie had time together beforehand? Mm-mm. Just like, hey, nice to meet you, let's go?
Yeah, we had like literally like 1 or 2 meetings where we read the script together.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. We like each other, though. It worked.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's a sweet man.
Yeah.
That whole cast is solid, like really solid.
They're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got so lucky. I got really, really lucky with all of them, yeah.
And it seemed like really sweet people. Mm-hmm. Like you could lean on them.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like the thing is, she's like completely alone anyway, so I kind of didn't, I would love to work with all of them again because she was kind of, she had blinders on, you know what I mean?
So on set, you're alone, you're not leaning on nobody?
No, I lean on people.
You do?
Yeah.
What's that look like? Like, do you fuck around in the middle of takes? Do you talk? Do you make it jovial? Do you, like you see how I come in here, I gotta know people, yeah? I gotta shake hands and things like that because I get very nervous. I'm
quieter than you, but I wanna know people too.
Yeah. And you know the effect that your quiet has on people?
Oh yeah, I'm just manipulating the shit out of everyone.
No, but in a real way. You're super
no.
self-aware. That's why you're dope.
Thanks, bro.
No, but really, so you gotta know like the power of your quiet too.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I also when I was a kid, like I was extremely shy and not somebody who you would think would want to be an actor. Whereas,
right.
I don't know how you were as a little kid, because like we both did that, and that's a weird thing to have in common. But I definitely had to I had to dig. I was a masochist. Like I hated. I couldn't. So I think I'm really talkative now. Like I'm fucking.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah.
I talk to fucking everyone now.
Yeah.
But what about you when you were little? Were you the same way? Were you just like, did you feel like you had like a responsibility on set to kind of be like, we're all together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. Yeah.
I used to walk around with like a pen and a pad, like really like, almost like litigious, like, hey, what's your name? Oh, cool. And then I'd write it in a little notepad and walk around with a stupid little notepad.
Is it because you want people to like you?
Definitely, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But also because I wanted to seem studious.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go to school and I didn't like learn how to do this acting thing.
I have this chip right here too.
Yeah. What does it do to you?
I read a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I didn't go to school, but I start a lot of sentences like that.
Yeah. And if you get around a guy like Mackie who's gone to school, he's got like technique.
Yeah, he is a staggeringly intelligent person.
But also like
and he loves to know stuff and tell people stuff that he knows, and so it's like he displays it, and in a way that I love to be around. Like. Yeah. Yeah.
But between him and Jack, they're like actor school camp. Like I think Mackie went to like Juilliard. Like
yeah.
So yeah, those people make me very scared. Very scared.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I just feel judged and like I'm like an outsider. Like if my knitting needle breaks, I don't have a fucking knitting needle. I can't go make a knitting needle. Guys like that, their knitting needle breaks and they're like, let me just go in the kitchen and I'll whip something together and I'll come back and I'll knit this sock for you. Me, if my knitting needle breaks, I'm fucked.
Right.
Sorry, PBS. I'm screwed up.
You can't stand that I might be a part of something more important than books or articles or movies.
For God's sake, Jean. What are you a part of except the end of 2 marriages?
They did this.
Okay, so I actually didn't want to like sit and think of any questions to ask you just because I thought that it would happen naturally, and I just watched Honey Boy.
Yeah.
So it's hard to even articulate stuff like that after you watch a movie, and I love leaving room for that.
Yeah.
So like, dude, I cannot believe that you did. I literally cannot believe that you did that.
That's a cosign, ladies and gentlemen. That's a cosign. Yeah.
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 Man.
Thanks.
Yeah. How long did it take you to come to terms with every day? Like in the morning, we were talking about how much time you took in the morning and stuff. Mm-hmm. Was it, sometimes like the hardest stuff is if you do a certain amount of like processing before you do something, and then sort of barreling through like the middle of something that is that is burning and that hurts really badly happens kind of in a flash and you don't even remember it. Like shit that hurts the most. you get in a car crash, you don't feel anything until you're like in the hospital. You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, it's weird. My fucking arm's dangling.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So how hard was it to get like through your days or whatever? Because I've never, obviously it's like a very literally personal story. We all try to put our own stuff in stuff, but this is your own actual stuff and stuff.
Yes.
So I just wondered about like the days and how they felt. Even though that's a hard question and a very general one, I don't know what else to ask.
Yeah, no, day-to-day pain management.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a squad.
Yeah.
I was loved on hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just loved up. I was leaning on people hard and loved up. I just was, we were leaning with love and a whole lot of respect, space respect. And it was super intimate. There's more crew members on this show than we had on ours, you know?
That's nice.
Yeah, we had like maybe 6 people around the camera. And all of them, everybody was really loved up. Everybody was really communicative. Everybody knew where I was coming from. A woman named Alma Harrell, who's just a straight G champion.
Yeah.
And yeah, we developed the whole thing together, and yeah, I mean, but also when I watch your thing, you know.
This guy, I swear to God, no.
It feels very personal. Yeah, but I saw pain management probably the same for us. Probably that's my easy answer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and also I had some distance. I had some distance from. I had distance from myself in a weird way. It made me an object. It was a weird way to deal with all of it. Like,
it made you an object.
Yeah, it made the pain an object. Like I wasn't
externalize it.
Yeah. So
and
I was
like
no
look
longer,
at it.
Yeah.
And be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in that way, it was healing, but also tough to get back to it because you're trying to actualize these things, and after you write the script out and people have read it and like co-signed your life. And
how much do you feel like you were doing an impression versus actually like feeling like you could be versions of that person who is your dad?
Yeah, I mean, the sound was always because my dad blew his nostrils out, and so every time I would hear the sound of it all, I would start feeling like it was an impression. So, and I was smoking a lot, so every time I would take the plugs out, it would be a reminder. So I'd just keep plugs in all day, which was also disgusting.
In your nose, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like,
gross.
Like the
airplane things.
Yeah. So I just, once I got past like, the first couple of days I was taking plugs out, putting them back in, taking them out, and that started fucking with me. And because every time the sound would start up again, I'd be like, oh, you're a clown. And so later into the shoot, we just kept them in, and I started like losing myself a little bit.
I'm looking for one of those 9s, please.
No can do.
Bullshit.
Gin.
Bullshit. No, you didn't.
Gin.
No, you did not.
50
And you had the 6. God, I knew it too.
How long was your shoot?
6 weeks.
Heavy duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bang bang the whole way. And so
a lot of daylight too, so it was like we couldn't even shoot that long. Like the days weren't that long.
Right. And you stay in it?
No.
You need a break.
Yeah. No, for the shortest bursts possible.
What does that mean? What does that look like? Music?
No. Like, I'm just hugely relieved every single time something's done, and I just run away from set.
Really?
Unless, yeah. Usually, I hate, time management is such a huge thing with like the job and like just the anxiety that goes into not being in control of time is really, really maddening for me. So I can't like sustain stuff because I just get like, you like waste it, you know what I mean?
Yes,
it's just, I just feel like I'm wasting things for no reason. And if I like, expend something, if something like trickles out at the wrong time, I am despondently unhappy because I'm like, well, that was just for nothing.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're on the precipice and you feel it before you ever get there and you still got like another hour and a half.
I can't even think about, I hate thinking about it. I have dreams about it. That's like my work anxiety dream is that you can't, it's like all the timing's wrong or they're not rolling or something. You're like, oh, well, that's never happening again,
And you shot on film or digital? Because there's a huge difference in time management.
I know, we shot on film.
Ouch. I can't stand working on film anymore. I hate it. Cause digitally they just leave it going, you know?
I know, it's different, yeah.
Yeah, way different.
Yeah, I maybe have grown a little bit out of needing that fear or sort of thinking it's the only thing that'll ever shove me into like the immediacy of like my own expectations or the only things that like maybe get me to like a place that I feel like accessible to myself in like an emotional way. Mm. So I kind of like the film thing because it's like, it's fucking now. Like, there is no option, KS. Don't fuck this up! Do you know what I mean? So then like if they're just like rolling forever, I'm kind of like, well, I don't know, I guess I don't really have to. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
My sound, man.
Yes.
I guess I don't really like
the pressure.
have to.
You like game day.
Yeah, I just like, it just feels silly unless it's like absolutely necessary, yeah.
Because you get too relaxed?
No, I mean like, I also, by the way, I love shooting for long periods of time too, so you can kind of like, you know, get lost and forget shit and stumble upon unexpected stuff. But I kind of just, I also can utilize the
trigger
pressure
pull
thing. Yeah.
I can't.
And what was do you just go for, are you just like, do you?
I prefer that.
Yeah.
I prefer to just like let it run.
Yeah.
Fuck around.
Yeah.
Play around.
Yeah.
And then fall in.
Right.
Yeah. I like failing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's so like, then the pressure is overwhelming for me. Mm. Yeah.
How often do you do like, I read this script recently that is so precise and I want to do it really badly, but it scares me because I'm not very precise.
Right. That's fun.
Yeah.
So you're definitely going to do it.
Oh yeah. But I just wonder about like, you know, I think that when I watch you in movies, it's scary. And like the same way I was talking about Gene, like it just is, those are my favorite people that just go like, I have no idea what's gonna happen. And the only way that you get that is because you don't know what's gonna happen.
That's true.
And if you plan everything, it's like, yeah, I mean, like some things, you know what I mean? It's just, that's a contagious feeling.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Do you ever not do that? And also, how close can you get? Do you like prepare a lot? Like how close do you ever feel to doing something that is just arbitrary and yeah, sure, maybe it looks natural and it's kind of like off the cuff, but like, are you telling a fucking story well? Do you know what I mean? Like how often do you think of that? Do you have a directorial mind when you're acting? Do you lose yourself completely?
Yeah, I have no directorial mind. I can't zoom out. I'm just now like starting to be a better team player, but I'm super obsessed about this one little thing that I have to focus on. Yeah. And I feel like my body has better ideas than my head.
Yeah.
So I prep really hard, and then let my body do the rest. It's almost like dance. Yeah.
That it's physically in there, that you've crammed stuff into the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more than my head. I feel like this is why guys like Anthony Mackie, PBS, I'm on it, buddy. I'm on it. Guys like Anthony Mackie have better ideas, or even like Ben Foster. He's a bit of both, but just like headier people.
Ben's both. Completely.
Yeah, he's
both.
He
actually genuinely is, and I've never even worked with him, but I just know that that's true.
Yeah, some of that stuff doesn't come out of just logic.
No.
But yeah, I feel like my instinct is better than my ideas always. Yeah, so I try to just not think so much. That's why when it's like running gun, or if it's like film and you only got one shot of this or a 10-minute mag, then I get very heady, and then I self-sabotage.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate when I do that.
Do you do that often?
It happens, yeah. It's the worst thing ever.
Is there any moments in Seaburg where you feel like you sabotage yourself?
I don't want to tell you.
Yeah, okay, save it. Yeah.
They're listening. I can hear these little clicks on the line. And they follow me. I've seen the same repair van out front of the house maybe 3, 4 times.
What does acting give you that the rest of life doesn't? Like, why this job? From a young age, from a very young age, and has it changed from when you were really young doing this to now?
It's definitely my initial impulse to want to be close to storytelling and the sort of circus of it. Then I think I approached really sort of like Spartan, because I I just want a job because I think this is really cool and this is fun and this is all I want to do in my life. But I think I just didn't realize that I was being drawn to something that was like allowing me to, I think what I get from acting, that I think, even though then I didn't realize it, I think it was still the same thing that I'm getting now. Just as that, you know, if you like have a conversation with someone, or if you read something that somebody has externalized because they needed to get it out and look at it, like you were saying, the most indulgent way to like consume and possess a narrative is by literally doing it. Like even when I read a book, if I'm not like making a movie, I read out loud. I want to say the things I want to indulge in the thing as much as I possibly can, because there's something in there that I'm needing, that I'm craving. And so I've never done anything without it feeling like it's a part of my life, that those memories are mine, that they're things that I experienced. They're not just scenes that I was like pretending to do and stories that I was servicing. Even though I like that aspect of it, I completely feel that if I didn't have acting, because you know we can only do this together with like people making it. You can't like do this in your room alone. It's just been the most meditative the form of, you know, and also I really don't draw like a huge distinction between writing and acting and directing. All of it just feels like I need to obsess about this thing until I understand why I'm so obsessed with it. And the coolest thing about doing it on set and in this capacity is that you get to do it in the most together way I've ever been made to feel. And you know, my family's great and not diminishing whatever, but I've just felt closer to people, bridging those gaps through fucking making movies, through making movies. That I've just, it's the closest I've ever been with people, you know? So that's what I get from it. Yeah. And what about you?
Well, yeah, I think definitely the most intimate moments of my whole life happened on a set.
I know it sounds really fucked up, but it's not at all. It's beautiful, yeah.
I don't know if there's anything more intimate than creating something with somebody.
No.
There isn't.
Yeah.
And I think I'm deeply dissatisfied in life.
Yeah, but this is your life.
Exactly. But, this is where things get tricky for me, is like, it isn't my whole life. And I have to get okay with that. And it's usually where things go awry for me, is when I'm not on a set, life gets hard. Oh. And so, like, I don't...
Do you do anything else?
No, this is why I'm trying to develop, you know, trying to grow. So
take a pottery class.
Yeah, pottery class.
Like people in existential crisis, dude, like, pottery. Just take a pottery class about it.
Yeah, yes, yeah, maybe I will. But I won't like pottery in life.
No, I know, I'm totally kidding. I know what you're saying.
I will love pottery on set. I love pottery on set. Like I don't like ice cream in life. But if you give me ice cream on a set, I fucking love ice cream. And I think that's what this does for me. It makes me love things. This job makes me love things. It feels like, like the conduit to love for me. It's that, I hold it that sacred. It's not.
I feel you. Yeah. It's funny to talk about it in this environment, but I am completely on your page.
Yeah, I know you are. I watch it. Speaking of love, do you lead with love on a set, or do you lead with fear on a set?
Oh my God, love all the way.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to be scared ever.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, sure, it's scary. What we're doing is scary, but we're together doing it, and that's encouraging, and it's a substantial thing. I think people do their best work when they're like, dude, I've never seen anyone work that way and have it be seemingly more successful than it would have been if they were just, I don't have the word for it. Not nice. It's not about being nice. No. Like sometimes it's not even personal. It's just like if you are in service to this thing and we're all there for a different reason and everyone's sort of desires become really selfish, that's something you still share. and like making room for everyone to have their own experience on a set is just what you want in return, and you have to do it. And if you don't do it, then you don't deserve it. And I definitely don't like the fear, intimidation thing. It just is like more about the person doing it rather than like ever getting anything. It's like, don't work your shit out on me, freak. You
Even from a director though, like, do you have any Predinger scars? Do you have any like directors who did this shit to you? Have you ever worked with an Otto in that realm? Like,
I've never had any. No, I've been really lucky. Anyone who's been dysfunctional or anyone who's been who's used fear as like a weapon or as like a tool.
From a director side.
From a director side, sure. They were terrible at what they did, and I had no respect for them.
Yeah.
I've never worked with someone who was like, God, they make amazing films, yet they do this, and those people do exist.
But you never had that.
No, I've worked with wonderful, lovely, really talented people, and then some people that weren't so talented that were kind of like, I didn't like them, or they were not very nice.
Yes.
But I've never. Yeah, I've gotten really lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think also I would be like, I can only do what I can do. You know what I mean? Like, there's no amount of. I'm trying to think. Like, one dude like made me cry on set one day, on like the first day of a movie. But that was the last second that I cared about him anymore. I just was like, oh well, I'm alone and you're terrible, and then he was, he made a bad movie.
And this wasn't like to affect the scene. This was just being a dick.
I think so. Who knows? I don't know. What about you?
What?
Do you like being afraid on set, and have you worked with people that have made you feel that way?
Definitely, yeah. But I don't. Yeah, I'm like you. I don't like it. No,
I don't like it. Yeah. I've been intimidated. I've been afraid of people that I love and respect. Terrified of them, but in a way that's good. Like
who?
You stand on your tiptoes.
Like who?
Like Walter Salles kind of really intimidated me because I think his movies are great, and he just like the honor that he brings, it just feels like, oh God, I just can't not, I need to do this. Like I can't, just like the idea of disappointing someone basically is just like unacceptable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ever in the actor side?
No.
You've never been opposite somebody that you're just like, wow, this person's burning at a flame that I can't even see them?
I've been theoretically really intimidated by actors that I've worked with, but every single time, if they're really good and you do things for the same reasons, they just get you. Like, you're only better, you're just mirrors. And so you're like, wow, I'm reflecting this guy? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's this good for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's, yeah.
Ooh, mirrors.
Ooh.
No,
I like
really,
that. I like that. No,
for real.
No, me too.
Yeah. Like, that's a nice way to think about it.
Yeah.
In case you fail. In case it don't work out. Yes, man. She's filling your head full of fear. I don't ever do that, do I? Huh? I pump you full of strength. Because we're on a team, and I know you got what it takes. You're a fucking star, and I know it. That's why I'm here. I'm your cheerleader, honey boy.
Why Charlie's Angels?
I want to do something fun. Like, I wanted to not be in so much, like, I didn't want to, like, another, like, I was in the mood for a not so harrowing experience. And Liz Banks, who directed the movie and wrote it, is like really good at normal funny.
Yeah. Plus it's an opportunity.
Yeah, I was in good hands. Like, I knew it would just be, I knew that she's a winner. She doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, I totally trusted that she would make something funny, and also like warm. The movie is like so warm and just like I'm proud of the way that it makes me feel. I think if it makes other people feel like that, it's like a good thing to have in the world right now. You know.
And what set do you enjoy more?
What set?
Yeah, what set do you enjoy more?
Probably the harrowing kind, because like it's just more fun in a weird way.
Because of purpose or because of?
Well, because it's just like more complicated. Like it was honestly like hanging on set with the girls and like laughing all day and like thinking of like silly, stupid stuff to say was really fun. But we did it for 5 months and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm just still like being a goofball. You know what I mean? Like, and I really like short, condensed sprint. I like sprinting. You know what I mean? Like this was the thing about big movies for me is I don't know the difference other than it's just so long.
Yeah.
Like you just like spread things out over such a long period of time, and then it just feels like undistilled, and like I can't harness things in the way that I can when it's short.
Yeah.
So long movies scare me a little bit because I just feel like, oh, I'm gonna want to get the hell out of there, man.
What about long prep?
I haven't yet done something that required an immense amount of prep.
Really?
And yeah, I try and condense it. I do not like a long time. Once I start, it needs to be directly before we go, and like nothing in between. And like, I'm like the same. I'm like the kid that's like, oh my God, I have a project and it's like due tomorrow, but then you like, kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you go like, I'm so glad I didn't do this until today because this is like different than it would have been if, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. What about you?
About me?
I'm really good at this. I'm so good at this.
You're so fucking good at this.
Hey, are you interested in doing studio
Oh,
movies?
you're good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in doing all movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, all movies. The studio thing, yeah, I mean, I feel like studio movies are more about plot, and I don't like movies like that.
Me neither.
Yeah, I like movies about people, but
It's really hard to find the studio ones
they
that
make
do
them.
that.
They
Yeah,
do
they
make 'em.
exist. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, a studio movie about people, I'm all in.
Me too.
Yeah, but an indie movie about plot or a studio movie about plot, I don't give a rat's winkle doodle.
Yeah. I don't like
That's
watching them either.
Yeah, no, me neither. Yeah, I'm not interested in like sci-fi.
Me
because
neither.
Of that at all.
Yeah, or like fantasy stuff.
Fantasy
I
stuff.
like it occasionally if it's like, super allegorical and like obviously about like some heady thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, usually not my vibe. Like the idea, well, I was about to say how much I hated a movie and that's not nice to do.
Come on, PBS.
I know, that's not nice to do.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, but like, the long ones about stuff that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a long time to think about stuff that doesn't even exist.
Yeah. Do you, on your own time, do you watch documentaries more than films?
I guess both. I like both, yeah. I love documentaries.
Do you like reality TV?
Yes.
Like what?
I don't really like actively watch, but like like when I was younger, when it was like maybe it's a big thing. It's still a big thing.
It's a huge thing.
I guess when it was a new thing, I like really liked it.
Like what? Like Temptation Island?
I've never seen that.
Oh, that's strong.
I have heard
That's really
people
strong.
are like obsessed with
really
it.
strong.
Yeah. I should probably check that out.
What about Naked and Afraid?
I love that show
Strong.
so much.
Super
it's so
strong.
good.
Yeah.
That's high-end reality TV. That is high stakes. That is the highest stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like my sets like Naked and Afraid.
Jesus, you're honestly like scary, like beastie.
No, because it's a bit like a camping trip. Yeah, and you get super vulnerable with people. And you rely on them, and
that must have been really like camping trip. I wanted to know what those shoes that you wore in Peanut Butter Falcon smelled like so bad. I was like,
man.
oh my God, that guy.
Yeah,
you looked like you were on a 6-month camping trip.
Oh, yeah.
It looked so fun.
So
that
fun.
must have felt so good.
So
like
fun.
you were just like caked the whole time. and
Yeah.
Everyone
so fun.
was. Yeah.
Everyone was.
It was great.
Smelled like swamp.
Yeah.
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 Actually quite clean because you're in the water all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but water is,
Yeah, gray waters.
No, yeah, totally. That's even more disgusting than what I was thinking. But like anything gets wet, it's gnarly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the movie was wet. And I mean that, let's bring it back.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, it feels so good.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your, there's a fun question. What's your relationship to fame?
Oh. Who's that?
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
It's fucking cool.
I love it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Fame is, can be useful.
For sure.
And back to your movie. Watch how I do this. Back to your movie, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a scene where you walk up, you're at the school, you're talking to Anthony Mackie, and he says, "No, we need movie stars for the revolution also."
Yeah.
Because like I have to hold a shotgun, whereas you just have to get a haircut.
Zazie Beetz said that.
She did say that.
Chick
yes.
said it. Yeah.
And do you feel like that's accurate? Do you feel like, well, not accurate, but do you have something like that where you feel like you're lending your support to?
Cause oriented.
Yeah, like using your fame and sort of distilling it into something meaningful?
Yeah, it provides an unprecedented amount of access and ability to reach people that you want to reach. You know what I mean? That's like a really beautiful thing. It's like it's literally why I feel so lucky to have found it so young, and what I didn't see then, I always had, even without fame, making movies, like just telling stories is a way to do that. And I think that if you do art in a way that's truly reflecting your insides, there are embedded causes in all of it in terms of literally using it and like using it as like a platform and using your voice in a way that's sort of overt. You know, who is allowed to do that? Like, people listen to people like us. It's again staggering to think about, like, the weight of it and how to wield it, and you know, how much of, because like I said, I'm really shy too. I'm so not somebody who likes, I'm kind of inadvertently, it's just weird that I have this, is all I'm saying. It's like not my go-to or whatever. But I respect the hell out of it, and I
You wear it nicely.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
So do you.
Thank you. Do you think if you were to become like a really meaningful voice piece for a cause, that it could take something away from your actor? Like Seberg.
Right. Sure. I mean, I guess literally, yeah.
I mean, took it all from her.
Well, only in terms of she kept working, and I don't know how much gratification she got from her later work. I know that she sort of receded in a way. She receded into depression in a way that it's hard to judge from an outsider's perspective, but she just wasn't famous anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe she was happier and actually, you know what I mean? Like, and not you know, she was sick, but she was able to do it in a way that was sort of like isolated and protected and more hers, you know, after she was kind of stolen from. But yeah, who knows? I mean, like, yeah, you know, there are some people that I think are amazing actors, but then I just imagine their like really loud Twitter voice or something, and I think about it when I watch their work. But you think about everyone, you think about the person when you watch their work. That's why actors that are super trained and that are very like, oh, this is something outside of myself. It's like, what? I mean, I know that that's not I can't even paraphrase. I know nothing about like learning how to act or whatever, but we're so, people that are interesting are just available. Like people that are just like, I don't care. I do not care about like the work that someone put into a thing. I want to see someone just like show something that they kind of couldn't hide.
Yes.
So it all goes into it, is basically, I mean, like, sure, to have your causes and say stuff and like go do interviews about it, but I'm going to consider that when I watch your work.
Yes.
All of it. Everything I've seen you, every weird paparazzi, but absolutely all of it. I'm going to think about all of it, and that's, you know.
Well, and do you think then the mythology of someone's prep goes into their work as well?
Do you think this?
I definitely do. I do. When I watch something and I've heard stories of the prep. This is before I ever was doing it a different way, but the mythology of prep makes me lean forward. Like Daniel Day-Lewis, Last of the Mohican stories. You hear he showed up and built the whole village, and somehow now your suspension of disbelief is raised, and you're leaning forward because you're more willing to accept something where there's this great myth of somebody's work ethic.
Do you think that matters completely do you think it's in relation to feeling like, because as actors, anyone can do it. We're just standing around and talking and thinking about things, and that's not something that requires learning a skill that is like seemingly unattainable. And so I think that I've had a sort of chip on my shoulder about thinking like, well, I mean, if I do a bunch of work, it's like really scholarly, actually. Like this is an academic experience. I'm learning this thing, and I've done this, and I substantiate my work by this book that I read, and whatever. It's like, sure. How about you did none of it, and you were fucking great because you were there. Do you know what I mean? Like, so sometimes I think, yeah, all the prep really matters if it makes you just able to do it. But then sometimes I think that actors get a little self-conscious about feeling like they're not in charge, or that they're not the author of their work because we're saying someone else's words. Therefore, anyone could do that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and anyone could do that. That's the whole point. But so yeah, sometimes prep for me, I'm like Like people come in with like notes all over their script, and I'm like, you scribbled that last night, and it means nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, sometimes. And then some people, you know for a fact that they're full, that those things are pregnant, that they're bursting. But I've seen like people scribbled scripts and been like, it's okay to just be an actor. It's completely okay. You know what I mean?
Do you believe in talent?
Talent?
The word, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'd have to. Do we mean the same thing? I don't know if.
Maybe. Do you consider yourself like one of the talented? As uncouth as that would be on camera in this setting, but like, would you consider yourself talented?
I consider myself extremely impulsive and compulsive. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
So determined.
Super duper, yeah. And also just attracted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obsessive.
Yeah, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like I think it's a miracle when something great happens. And I'm always like, whoa, so lucky. I don't know how something just occurred that was worth capturing in a way that is profoundly making me feel sure of something, which is a feeling in life that's so rare, to feel absolutely positively sure that was like worth it. That is a miracle. And whenever it happens, I honestly feel like creepy, spooky thankful. And then like you look around at everyone and go like, can you believe that we got so lucky that this happened? When people are like really proud of their work, I'm like, it's not really up to, I mean, sure, you made it possible for this to occur, I guess. You kind of stood in the right place, but you're just lucky.
Yeah, like having a butterfly land on your shoulder or something.
Yeah.